A moment of your time.
Just as the key port in the west is what used to be Nouvelle, the key port in the east is Baramis in Ire territory. Of course, if we were to consider sheer size, then the one in Enbar could be a contender. But the port in Baramis is much easier to use since it faces the inland Pearl Sea, whereas the one in Enbar looks out onto foreign waters. Very intriguing. Pay him and then kill him. Genius. Genius idea. This never would have happened if my father had been at the fort. No point crying over spilled milk, though. We're gonna take that fort back. And I know my brother's been taken hostage, but you don't need to worry about him. He was prepared for this. We're a warrior family, after all. What about your other family members? They're not being held hostage, are they?
Nope.
Nah, no need to worry. Everyone else is in the capital. That's where most of the nobles are, you know. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? What on earth is that giant purple gem over there? Do you know Viscount Fenya? I've got a bone to pick with that odious woman. She's apparently joined up with the former Duke Ire, so this is the perfect opportunity for revenge. How dare she ridicule my father just because he's a commoner? And it's very rude of her. Do you think if your father had spray painted his entire body pink, she would think differently?
Do you have a moment?
Do you hear that, Rogue? He's telling me I shouldn't fight. Can you believe that? I think he's right. I think you should dance. All I said was there is no need for you to go out of your way. I can kill in your place. It wouldn't be a problem. That sounds fine to me. I don't really get what's going on, but that sounds like it'd be fine. You can fight for two, can't you, Yuritsa? No, he absolutely can't. Our strengths and weaknesses are completely different. Once this battle is over, we will be continuing our fight in the kingdom. You would be unhappy if you had to strike down old acquaintances. I appreciate your concern, but I'm all right now. You don't have to worry about me. All right. Yo, Yuri, what's poppin'?
Right.
So they seized the fort during the Minister of Military Affairs' absence. Ha! What did I tell you? We have to treat this as though the entire town has been taken hostage against us, too. We cannot mess this up. Not only that, but they've holed themselves up in the infamous Fort Merceus, of all places. How on earth are we gonna tackle this?
What do you think?
You have some sort of secret plan, maybe? I don't know, like ferreting out some hidden passages or something?
What?
What? You want to put me to work, too? I might consider it if you provide enough incentive. Though neither you nor Her Majesty could afford the price for me to risk my life. Honestly, I believe it. Let's get some dishes going.
Hunger is the true enemy.
I think there are some other enemies that are also true enemies, but you might be onto something. Weapon durability loss greatly reduced. I don't see why I wouldn't do this literally every time. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Bernadetta to A rank. Why not? We're gonna have so many supports to do in this chapter. I got nice again, dang it. I can tell because he tilted his head. Yeah?
Yeah,
Don't I have the chance of successfully doing dishes, like, maxed out? Oh, you have unique dialogue with Yuri here. That's neat.
Slow down. The food isn't going anywhere. Here, you can have mine if you're so deprived.
I can't remember the last time we had unique food dialogue like this. I did not expect it between Yuri and Bernadetta. That's neat.
Come back
Do they have supports together? I don't think they
Hunger
do.
is the true enemy.
I can't recall. I mean, like, Awakening Gauge fills much faster. Sounds amazing. You've almost got Marianne at A rank? Really? That's surprising. I think I have taken her out on like 2 or 3 expeditions. She keeps asking to go. She likes horses, right? That sounds like a Marianne thing. Isn't she like a horse girl?
hey, this...
How did you know this was my favorite? I thank you deeply. I'm surprised you know what I like. Thank you. This is wonderful.
Wonderful indeed. Look at Ferdinand back there thinking like, man, how am I going to kill my dad, Caspar? And Caspar's like, dude, I'm of no help to you. Killing my dad would be impossible, so like... Warrior Gauge fills much faster, yes. Mercedes Lysithia? Mercedes Yuritsa. I got an icing in. Marianne isn't just a horse girl, she's an animal girl. Is that better or worse? It's probably better, right? Also, did I say hi to you, Kirby? Hello, Kirby. Welcome to stream.
Yeah,
I think I
the
said
flavor-
hello, but maybe I just thought it but didn't say it out loud. It's hard, man. There's a lot going on.
Look, you've got food all over your face. Hold still and I'll wipe it clean.
Are you talking to Yuritsa? How do you see that he has food on his face when you're looking at me?
Please stop. I'm an adult. I can do it myself.
I love the brother-sister relationship between Mercedes and Yuritsa. It's so funny to
Come
me.
back whenever you're hungry.
I absolutely adore it. All right, we should be good on dish effects with those, to be honest. Might add in some more later if we get more activity points that we don't need.
You there?
I heard there were a number of suspicious mages among the forces that attacked Fort Mercius. There can be no doubt now, this is the work of those who slither in the dark. I couldn't care less about the former Duke Ire, but we absolutely have to get their leader this time. I'd be surprised if we stamped out all of those who slither in the dark in this chapter. Maybe kill, like, maybe Kranya shows up and we kill, like, Duke Ire and Kranya, or maybe even Solon, but I doubt we're gonna get, like, Solon, Kranya, and Thalys all at once. Or Talus, I think his name is Talus, but there's an H in it. Playing Three Houses again. I just started watching your Golden Deer run. Well, I'm playing Three Hopes right now. I'm not playing Three Houses. I would like to do a Three Houses Black Eagles playthrough on the channel at some point, because I didn't do a Black Eagles run on the channel. That was what I did on my own time, because Three Houses came out right after I did Awakening on the channel, and I quit near the end because I didn't like the game, and I got annoyed with it. And then I played Conquest on my own time, and I didn't like Conquest very much either. And then Three Houses came out, and it looked really good, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get Three Houses, but I'm not gonna stream it or anything, because I don't want to stream it and then hate it and then quit another Fire Emblem playthrough on the channel. So I played Black Eagles on my own time, and I really enjoyed it, and then me and Sly did that Golden Deer run on the channel together because I wanted to. But I would like to do a Black Eagles run on the channel at some point. I hope everyone who's been taken hostage is alright. Will they be punished for our attack? Oh, Goddess, please protect them. Ba-na-bum-ba-bum.
What's going on?
Fort Mercius was built back when the Empire was only about the size, I was gonna say half the size for some reason, only about the size of Hresvelg territory. They constructed the massive military base in order to subdue other clans in the area. After that, it ended up serving as the guardian of the Imperial capital and kept getting updated and expanded. The rest is history. Alright, that makes sense. We'll talk to Arval last like I usually do.
Come to think of it.
Caspar would often drag me along to Fort Merceus when we were children. We played there quite a bit. It is an enormous fortress city with a sprawling town, open fields, and even a lake. All your imagination could come up with is housed within its great walls. It would well be worth taking a look around if we weren't going there for a battle.
Let's see.
I bet it looks way different from Arian Road. I'm excited to see it. Undaunted, are you? Well, I suppose that's nothing new. It do just be that way, brother.
You know, I was
Eddie
thinking-
says the nobility shouldn't exist anymore. I guess you could say this is the first step in that direction. I wouldn't say nobility is necessary. I don't think nobility is also, like, must be abolished. If you got nobles like Ferdinand, it kind of works out, but there are definitely too many bad ones. What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean by first step? The nobles who've taken hostile action are likely to be punished one way or another, right? I'm certain that their roles as nobles will be replaced with something else. Very intriguing.
Tell me what
Out of
you're
all the
thinking.
3DS Fire Emblem games, Shadows of Valentea might be more up your alley. I'm gonna be honest, like, there's no way to know unless I played them. I really don't think that Fire Emblem is up my alley in general. I think I just really like Three Houses, to be honest. I don't think I like Fire Emblem all that much. I just really like Three Houses. So if future Fire Emblem games are more like Three Houses, I'd probably start to like Fire Emblem. But I don't think old Fire Emblem would really be to my tastes, to be completely honest. Especially, I know Slyro is a big fan of the Game Boy ones, and I know there's a contingent of, like, the Fire Emblem fandom that are, like, the Game Boy ones are the ones they love. I don't think I would like those games. I think I just really like Three Houses. I like the fact that you post so many different videos of completely different games every day. I play a lot of stuff. I'm very much a variety streamer. You have a lot of free time? Well, I mean, this is my job. I wouldn't really call it free time, I guess. I don't know. Oh my goodness, Stretch. I mean, I make a living off of doing this, so it's not, I wouldn't call it free time necessarily. But, you know, I get where you're coming from. Is Three Hopes a sequel to Three Houses? Not a sequel, it's like an alternate. It's a different way the story could have gone. Three Hopes is basically it's a different gameplay style, but like as far as the storyline goes, it's literally equivalent to picking a different route at the start of Three Houses. It's like, it's its own deal. It's like alternate timelines. Did you know that if you travel east of here, pass through Ire territory, and sail across the sea, you'll come to Morphis, the metropolis of magic? Beyond that is a long trade route that heads east. Ire territory took over that trade route and even came to own some fertile land that faces the sea. Intriguing.
Got a sec?
I guess those who slither in the dark aren't a monolith, huh? There was Cornelia and Talus, was it? And now Solon. I think they all just do whatever they want to do. I wonder if they'll pop up again in Mercius. I have a feeling they will. I think we're gonna kill one of the big dudes from those who slither in the dark, but I feel like there's gonna be more left over. I really hope that this game does what I think Three Houses should have done in the first place. My biggest complaint about Three Houses is that Edelgard's route, the Black Eagle's route, ends after you beat the Immaculate One, and then they say, like, at the end of the story, like, oh, and then they went and beat up those who slither in the dark, like they took care of that. Meanwhile, in the Golden Deer route, they have that moment where Nemesis is revived by those who slither in the dark, and you have to defeat Nemesis and stamp out those who slither in the dark. I want this game to have it where, like, if they're gonna do the reviving Nemesis thing again, I want to do that in this game in the Black Eagle's route to stamp out those who slither in the dark. I think that would be, like, a way better, like, conclusion. Like, that's how Edelgard's storyline should have concluded in Three Houses in the first place, to be honest. I hope we have that go down. Bow, bow, bow. Three Hopes story is like a what-if scenario? Yeah, kinda. I don't know if I'd call it a what-if scenario exactly. I mean, honestly, I feel like the Three Hopes, like, route, this route, is just, like, as straight up and legitimate as, like, the Three Houses routes, to be honest. It's just, like, saying that the storyline followed, like, the Three Hopes storyline is pretty much equivalent to, like, choosing between Blue Lions or Black Eagles in Three Houses, in my eyes. Like, saying it's what if kind of makes it be, it kind of has a connotation, in my eyes at least, where, like, you say, like, oh yeah, it's like a what if. It doesn't, like, really count. It doesn't, like, really exist. It's just, like, a neat, like, wouldn't that be cool if that happened? Honestly, like, I'm liking the story setup in this more than I liked Three Houses' routes. So, I just see it as a completely, like, it's just another route that you can choose, like, straight up, to be honest. That's how I see it. What is it? Look, I'm trying real hard to act like a merchant right now. Please don't talk to me, I'm busy with the mission. Welcome, welcome, I have some great items on sale today. Oh, are you like a spy? For Edelgard or something? I don't know. In the original Three Houses, Edelgard's route was more of a secret route, apparently, and has less content than the others. Yeah, I think that was a mistake by the developers.
You're busy?
Honestly, the only thing that Edelgard's route was missing was, like, 2 more chapters. Like, and basically 2 chapters that already existed, but in Golden Deer's route. They should have taken, like, that, what's that underground dubstep city called? It's like Shambhala or something, right? The chapter in Golden Deer where you go through Shambhala and I think you fight Talus at the end of it and all, that should have been a chapter in Edelgard's story. And then after that, it's the final Golden Deer chapter where, like, Nemesis gets revived and you fight Nemesis and all the revived heroes and whatnot. That should have been a chapter in Edelgard's story as well. You just add those 2 chapters to the end of Edelgard's route in Three Houses, and I think Edelgard's route is perfectly good. Like, couldn't have done anything better, really. But for some reason, they didn't do that, and instead they just say, like, yeah, Edelgard handled that after the fact, don't worry about it. I think that was a big mistake by the Three Houses devs that they should have done differently. Especially because, like I said, those chapters exist in Golden Deer. Surely it wouldn't have been hard to, like, move them over, not move them, but have them in both options, but to, like, copy and paste them and then just edit them up a little bit to, like, be focused around Black Eagles instead of focused around Golden Deer characters. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that would have been, like, and I'm sure it wouldn't have been like, oh, snap your fingers, it's done, but there's no way that would have been, like, super difficult to include in the game. I refuse to believe it. House Burgleys is incredibly powerful, nigh invincible, and is second to none when it comes to martial prowess. Or so people say at any rate. I believed it too. They haven't really put on a good showing lately though, have they? First all that business with Lester, and now this. I don't know. They're probably doing just fine, right? The rumors might just be a little exaggerated. I would trust Count Bergliez with my life. In a heartbeat.
What did you need?
Duke Ire could have chosen a different time for an uprising. I mean, the Great Tree Moon is already over. It's the new year, and we haven't gotten any rest at all because of this mess he caused. That is very rude of him, not gonna lie. I hate you.
If I'm honest.
The church always dispatched the knights quickly when fighting arose and people came to harm. Because of that, some of the knights specialized in transport and construction. On occasion, they'd rope me into those duties too, but I'll tell ya, I was always in awe of their knowledge and experience. Maybe we could learn a thing or two from some parts of the church. Hello, Shamir. I see. Our enemies this time are the Empire's old rulers. This is good. We'll be able to bring them down without a complicated hassle afterward. But to be honest, I wouldn't mind taking out those who've changed sides to join Edelgard either. What do you mean?
All right.
I've been in some life or death battles with the Empire before when I was a mercenary in Dagda. All I mean is that there are plenty of people who want to get even for the past. Yeah, I mean, war will do that. Hello, Gatekeeper.
Greetings, friend.
Gatekeeper, can you use your almighty power to just smite Duke Ire, please? Greetings, Commander. Something to report. I can't believe we're going to be fighting people from the Empire. This has got to be the biggest crisis we've faced since the start of the war. I feel like Bergliez getting trapped in Lester Alliance territory was probably the biggest issue we ran into, but this is also up there. I'll tell you what, though. I knew right away that the string pullers weren't from the Empire.
What do you think?
Don't you agree? This is probably a very close second.
Got a sec?
Hey, Rogue, let me introduce you. This is Geralt, my captain. I know him. Hey, you're the newcomer here. Shouldn't I be introducing you? Your introduction wouldn't mention that I'm your first and best apprentice, so nah.
Unbelievable.
Look, you've been asleep this whole time because of the poison the enemy hit you with. And you were just a kid when I taught you the basics of being a mercenary. I was just humoring you back then to kill time. I don't remember taking you on as my apprentice. How can you say something so harsh after changing my life? Are you trying to make me cry? Because I'm on the verge of tears here. Come on, don't get all worked up. Okay, you're my first and greatest apprentice. Happy now? Poor Geralt. Also, Leonie's design, not as good as her post-time skip in Three Houses, but also Leonie's design has never been one of my favorites. Oh, Rogue, do you want to come with me to Hrem later to help with rebuilding efforts? There's all kinds of work that needs doing, stuff like building repairs and tossing out rubble. Yeah, sure.
Right on.
Of course I'll go. You know, I haven't seen you look this cheerful in a while. Is that so? Sorry if I made you worry. I want the townsfolk to go back to their old lives as soon as possible. Yeah, alright.
Care to be training? I must be telling you.
Arian Road is the Silver Maiden. Mercius is the stubborn old general, yes. Despite being a maiden, she was formidable. I am imagining the old general is even more greatly formidable. I think the Iron Maiden is supposed to be the most formidable, is it not?
Sure.
Wouldn't the maiden be more formidable? The old general is, well, he's old.
Interesting.
Are you thinking so? I am the opposite. We must be wary of veteran wisdom and skill. A maiden's heart is easy to be changed. I didn't realize we were talking about, like, the terms of maiden or old general. I thought we were talking about which structure was more defensible, and I was under the impression that Arian Road was, like, the biggest, most difficult thing to overtake in the game. Or, like, in Fódlan. If I'm not mistaken, the Golden Deer route was made a copy of the Church route, with the only difference being the fight at Grondor Field and Nemesis being the final boss. I haven't played the Church route, so I wouldn't know, but that, I think I remember people mentioning stuff like that, yeah. Kari, welcome to stream. How's it going?
How can I serve?
I've come to deliver a letter to Her Majesty from Count Hevring in the Imperial capital. You're aware that the former Duke Ire is attempting to spy on the capital from Fort Mercius, yes? Are we truly going to be alright? Am I going to be able to get back safely? Sounds like, he been helping and not my problem, bro. Hello. I was just coming up with the strategy. I know my father better than anyone, so does it not follow that I would be the best person to guess at his thinking?
Absolutely.
You sure are. How about you go ahead and decide all our troops' positions, then? Come now, none of that. Our forces ought to use my thoughts as a basis for planning. Were I to do it myself, Hubert would simply scoff and proclaim my positioning to be idiotic. That does sound like Hubert. Is there another... There looks like there's another blue marker next to Ferdinand? Why does his marker on the minimap look so weird right there? Maybe it's just because of how it's placed against the wall. It just looks off to me.
Are you interested in a chat?
My My house is following Her Majesty because I am here. If that weren't the case, then I should expect they would have followed the former Duke instead. My house is very old-fashioned, you see. My father, the current Baron, is an outlier even among the rest of my house. He was forced into accepting the title, you know. I see. No, I'm trying to talk to Edelgard.
Right.
The former Duke Ire is not the only problem we're facing. We have the Kingdom, the Alliance, and those within the Empire to contend with as well. We must divide our attention among these many issues all at once.
Let's see.
That sounds like a ton of work. Wish there was more I could do outside of battle. Well, we have plenty of work to go around, so all you need to do is ask. Ba-ba-ba-bum.